Hello everyone, happy St. Patrick's Day, and you know what day it is? It's time to talk about the worst to the best Leprechaun movies. So let's get started. So the first one on my list for the worst Leprechaun movie is Leprechaun Origins. In my opinion, I really didn't like it so much. The the leprechaun really doesn't look like a leprechaun. For me, it looks like a goblin or a bit like the golem from Lord of the Rings. A little more thicker version. But yeah, for me, this one wasn't the best. So this is my bottom list for the worst Leprechaun movie. So the next one on my list is Leprechaun 4, and for that one, in my opinion, most of everyone who will agree with me is whenever you see one of a horror icon going into space doesn't seem to end so well. But yeah, for this one, it is a bit silly, but especially like the CGI doesn't look all that great in the movie, and they try to do a little bit of reference from other movies, like you saw in one part that you see the lightsaber. They try to do a bit of like the alien, but one at the ending, the guy turns to a spider creature, and so much other reference from. I wouldn't say so much reference from movies, but they try to do little reference. But yeah, in my opinion, the leprechaun going into space wasn't all that great because then he ends up. You really don't see him fighting for his goals. It's all about him trying to be king from trying to marry a princess from a different planet. But yeah, in my opinion, it was okay.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Let go, let go. Yeah. Yeah. You like that, huh? That's good shit. Good shit, nigga. Come straight.
So for the next one in my list is Back to the Hood. This one seemed okay. It didn't seem to connect so much well with the story. For me, I don't understand why I had to take him back to the hood again. We already see him go in the hood from the last one from In the Hood, which I say that one's a little much more better. Has a bit of story and compared to this one, the characters are seem okay. They not enough. Seems more bland for them. There's not enough character development on this and all. And but yeah, there's a bit of more comedian on this one than horror, so it kind of went down on the horror and more on the comedy for this one. So, in my opinion, this was the third worst for in the list. So yeah, for me, Back in the Hood was okay, but if you think different, and but that's my opinion.
She sneezes once. She sneezes twice. She'll be me bride when she sneezes thrice.
So number four on this list it goes to Leprechaun 2 because for my it's a bit meh because I do enjoy it. It is enjoyable, but for this one it does has few funny kills. But for this the Leprechauns mainly focus on trying to get a bride, and yeah, it does involve with his pot of gold still because one greedy person tries to take the gold from the leprechaun and he has to fight for it. But it is funny in some parts because, like, yeah, it still has that comedy, but it still has that horror. But there's one part that's I think is funny. He has a little bit of drinking challenge with one of the character supporting cast for this movie. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's more entertaining, but like I said, it's not my best for the Leprechaun.
I come from the land of the Irish Spring. Dublin's the place where I learned my thing. From the Emerald Isle to your place in the hood, I'm the man of green, come to do no good.
So number four on this list is Leprechaun in the Hood, which this one wasn't, in my opinion, wasn't seen too bad. Yeah, it's like I said from earlier, all of the Leprechaun has comedy, but this one does have like a bit more comedy. For this one, it's just funny because when I have the Ice T character, he has an afro and he pulls out a bat, which that's so funny. Like I said, it's you see the leprechaun smoking pot. He's in a hood, which is so random that they do that at the leprechaun hood. But yeah, for me, it's more entertaining on this one. Is not too bad compared to for the other four movies. But I think this one's a bit in the top compared to the last one.
Why, let's try our luck and bet on me gold. If it lands on tails, I'll do as me told. But heads, I'll start a new killing spree. Oh, what a lovely surprise. Shall we try best 2 out of 3?
So in number 3, people aren't gonna like this, but just hear me out. For this one, I put is Leprechaun Returns. I really don't watch this one so much because at the beginning, like I'm not a big fan of remakes or reboots and stuff. Usually, I like to keep it with the original. But I gave this one a chance by rewatching it. Just rewatching it, it did go up because this one kind of did like they pulled like the Halloween movie. What they did is erase all the other ones and place this one after as the sequel. So this one they did the same thing. This one goes back to the original where they go back to the house and they bring one act original characters to it. Ozzy, he's the only one who comes back, and they go back to the same location of North Dakota where they were at the farmhouse and the wells there. And but yeah, this one was a bit tough because like it's just sad that in this one they didn't bring back Warwick to play as the Leprechaun again. They brought a different actor, which he didn't do too bad, but the laugh isn't the same as the other one. His look doesn't like the same and all. I know they try to change it up and all, but it didn't seem too bad. They try to do their best, but yeah, usually for my opinion, like I'm not a big fan of reboots and all, but there are some few reboots that are really good, and so they do go up in my top list. But like I said, this one went to my number 3 on my list. So if you haven't seen it, just give it a chance. I'm sure you'll like it. It's not too bad. It's not like the top best of like Oscar winning and all, but like I said, it's really entertaining. So that's what's most important.
Thank you very much.
Hey, man, you do that pretty good. Next time, make sure you get paid for it. Hey, man, see you on the flip side.
Vegas, my kind of town.
So for my number 2, it's Leprechaun 3. So when he's in Vegas, which this one I really enjoy because at first I was a bit iffy when I was younger because I was like, why is he doing in Vegas? But as growing up, it makes more sense because like there's a lot of pot of gold and charms and I not Irish stuff, but leprechaun stuff. Like if you win, you earn gold, and it makes more sense for him to be there. And there's this guy who found one of the golds, and he makes a wish. Anyone who has his gold can make any wish, so they wish for their desire. But I know for this one, the main character gets bitten by the leprechaun. He transforms into a leprechaun, which is a bit funny because they do a bit of face off in the leprechaun. And but yeah, so this one I really enjoyed because there's some bit of a good kills on it. Um, when people do their wishes, they get killed from their wish and all after when he finds his gold and all. But I really enjoy this one. This one's like I said, it's my number 2, and let's see if you think the same or you think else is better from number 3. But that's my opinion. So number 1 on my list is Chucky versus the Leprechaun. No, I'm just kidding. We already know what's number 1 on this list. But before I start talking about number 1, um, I remember back in the day there was rumored that they were thinking of making Chucky versus Leprechaun due to the all the versus movie they were making, like Freddy versus Jason, Alien versus Predator. So I remember there was rumor about that. I can't really remember exactly. I know it's like back in my teenage years, like 12 or 13, that I know they were talking about like Leprechaun versus Chucky, or I think it was Pennywise versus Leprechaun or Chucky. I don't know. It's one of either Chucky, but I do remember they were talking about doing a Chucky versus Leprechaun. It was a big rumor that people were thinking it was gonna be real, because like I said, Hollywood was trying to do cash grab and do whatever was trending. And back in those early 2000s, they were doing the Freddy versus Jason, Alien versus Predator. and the versus monster versus been going on for a long time, way before our time, before any of us were born. So there were plenty of monsters going versus each other, but since the early 2000s, it was a big thing of the Freddy vs. Jason made a lot of money. So I know they're trying to do cash grab for that, and like I said, with Alien versus Predator as well, and then Alien versus Predator had a sequel, but we didn't get any sequel for Freddy vs. Jason, which I'm really sad about that. I wish they could have done that. I know there's a comic book version for that, but even Japan was on the trend because they did but that was like, I want to say decades later that but they did the Grudge versus the Ring. But yeah, I remember hearing about Leprechaun versus Chucky, but that was all rumors, so none of that came true. So
Fuck you, Lucky Charms.
so of course you already know the number one is the original OG Leprechaun, because of course you gotta put that one as number one because that's where it started all, and that's where Warwick did an amazing job becoming as the Leprechaun. I already did a review for the Leprechaun. If hopefully you've seen it, you can still go on my channel and see the reviews for it because I saw it in theaters last Friday. But yeah, so there's not much to talk about for the first one because, like I said, I already did a review for it, but you can check it out. And but yeah, if you still haven't seen it, I still think that one's the best one because I really enjoyed it. That's where you first seen the Leprechaun, when he started with they took his pot of gold and he's trying to find it, and they try to fight for these people and they're scared and all, but it's really enjoyable, entertaining, and like I said, it's really funny for it. But I really enjoyed it. I thought Warwick did an amazing job. Jennifer Aniston was in it as well in her early days, but she did an amazing job as well. But I really enjoyed this one, and I'm sure you will enjoy the first one. I know it's not the best. I know these Leprechaun movies, try not to take them too serious. They're just entertaining and all, because I know some people take it really not offensive, but they take it serious for like, oh, it's not that great. It's not, but it's not all about that. It's just being entertained. It's just having fun with it. It's not to take so serious, but like I said, I really enjoyed it. I've been watching since I was a kid. Watch it every month on March, like for St. Patrick's, like today, because they always play marathons for it. And back in the day, I don't know if they still do that, but I do that at home. So I have the whole DVD collection for all of it, and I'll watch it when I get a chance. If I don't, then I'll try to watch on the weekend and stuff. But still, in March and all, I can't do it on St. Patrick's Day if it's a work day and all. But yeah, like I said, it's really entertaining. That's all I got. Hopefully you guys like my worst to best. Next time I'll try to do other movies like this, and hopefully you like it. Comment on down below. Tell me what are your worst to best movie. Which one of is Leprechaun's your favorite movie of all of it? And yeah, so like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
Ain't like it's magically delicious? Isn't that right, girls?